Hello everybody and welcome back to Ballymoon Castle. I've just finished the silage harvest, which you're probably very pleased about. It has been going on for quite some time. I did say I would be covering it in the first 10 minutes or so of this video, but I then decided that we've already done 2 full videos of it, and it is just time that we moved on to something else. So it's done. We've got the final trailer just here, 100% full, and the forager is following us back, so we can put that away. The pit does need to be compacted for the final time. I have compacted it twice since the previous video, so it doesn't need to be done for too long. It'll probably take about 2 or 3 minutes to do, and then we can cover it over. There has been a bit of a spillage. It has overspilled a bit into the neighbouring pit. I'm hoping it's going to be not an issue. It really shouldn't be. It is getting very full though, so let me just start to tip and then we can try and evenly spread it out. The JCB we're going to have to bring back. It's actually in the field. I've been using it to refill the seeder. So it does have some seed in the bucket. I've actually had a lot of people say, can you replace the drop nose Massey Ferguson, this one here, with the Fiat tractor, which is in the mod contest? And I think, yeah, that is a very good idea. I haven't downloaded it just yet because I want to just hear your final thoughts, but I think it is going to fit in very well. I love to listen to everyone's suggestions, and as it was so popular, many people liked the comment. It just seems to be the obvious choice of things to do. This tractor is perfect in every way, but we have used it quite a bit and it is nice to try out some other machines as well. Here we are in the field. We have actually just timed it perfectly. The seeder is empty. Now I don't know if I'm going to be continuing with just this seeder. It doesn't really have the capabilities of sowing a very large field such as this very quickly, so I may get the direct drill as well just to join in and finish the field. We'll head back, we'll tip the remaining seed back into the store and we'll get this pit compacted. Like I say, it must be about 75% done already anyway. Since I've been going over it, I think I've probably compacted it about 4 or 5 times so far. So yeah, it really should just be a couple of minutes to do. One thing I'm actually quite impressed with is that everything is fit into just one pit. I thought it would be overspilling quite a bit. They clearly have a very large capacity, which means we still have another one totally free to either store a vehicle in, or a trailer, or to do maybe a grass silage harvest, which we will be doing very soon. We've already planted the grass. It isn't the biggest of fields, so it's not going to really fill it up at all, maybe half full. But it's still going to be some extra fermented silage. Wow, it's like a mountain up here. It is 77% compacted and we have finished off with roughly 377,000 litres of chaff. 99% compacted. We're almost ready to put the cover over. Brilliant. Okay, so let's jump out, run up to it. There is always going to be a section here which is going to be overspilling. You can scoop it up, but then you have to go and compact it again, and when you drive over it, it spills more out, so you can't really win there. Anyway, there we go. It is done. This chaff can be probably scooped up and put into here for the next time. So yeah, we are now all silaged up, kind of. We're just waiting for it to ferment. It should be fermented by the next episode or 2, depending on how the time speed is. I think actually it may be worth keeping it in real time. Let's put some stuff away. The JCB can go back over to the seed shed. The Jaguar can go in the shed here. You can actually put stuff in the what looks to be a garage. If you can, this could be perfect. Oh, look at this. Not very wide, so I don't know if things are going to fit in there, but if they do, that could be ideal. Maybe it's wider than it looks. It is. Perfect fit. Brilliant. Even with a bucket on. Yep, that seems to fit fine. Right, let's shut the door. Make sure the bucket doesn't sort of stick through the door. I don't think it will do. Perfect. So it's all under cover, nice and secure. The chickens! Hello everybody, how are we all doing over here? Yes, they seem to be happy enough. I mean, all you have to do with the chickens is just pick up the eggs and you can sell them. Totally maintenance free. They didn't used to be. But they are now. They're not really a priority. So, the cows are a priority. How are they doing? I seem to remember they needed work. Yes, they need everything. Absolutely everything. So it's going to be quite a full-on job. We're going to have to do the water as a bare minimum. And then obviously food is also going to be required. So I think first things first, water. So here we are racing back in our Massey Ferguson 3060. Now the reason why I'm taking it back is although the seeder is fantastic, the shape of the field isn't really set up for a machine like this for a worker. The worker is just getting way too confused. I'm going to take it back. We're going to use this tractor for doing the animals with today, and we're going to then get the new Holland tractor with the much larger direct drill, and we'll finish the field, planting it with barley of course, in a couple of minutes I suppose it'd be. It's not going to take us too long to do the water. And there is actually another field as well which the worker needs to plant. I think it's field number 18. Yeah. So I will be doing that in either this episode or the next one. It would just be a case of getting the worker going. But we will have to take the headlands. We will have to do the headlands first. Otherwise the worker will just get super confused and it will say, you know what, do it yourself, I'm going home. And they actually do go home. So yes, we'll have to make it a little bit easier for them. We also do start off with a water tanker, which is very useful to us. Most of the starting off equipment is over here. Jaguar's there. Actually, I may put the Claas Jaguar in the shed where this water tanker is. I'm sure I can find somewhere else for it. So, let's pull out of the way. Seems like a fairly decent job for this tractor. And we know where to fill up the water. There are like little ponds very nearby. You can fill it up from the pond. Don't know if it costs money. I suppose it will do. Wait and see. Great. Okay, yeah, I'm going to try the pond on the right hand side of here first. I know there is not like one of these question marks there. Is that a water fill point as well? It is, you can buy water from that. But I'm intrigued to try this place over here. This is the place which I'm a bit unsure about. I don't know exactly if it's going to work. If it does work, perfect. If it doesn't work, I'll try the other place. Right. Sometimes you have to put the tanker right in the water. Nope. This place doesn't work. I do know of the other place. You may be thinking, why are you going completely out of your way to get some water when the water refill point is right here in the yard? It is really because I want to try and get it out of the ponds. I would like to try a different method. We've all used the fountains before. It gets a bit old. I would prefer to get it from a natural source. Well, I call it a natural source. I suppose the fountains are as well. But if we go left out of here, race down the road, then the pond is somewhere on the left hand side. Keep your eyes peeled. It isn't far from here. Aha! This is the place. And yes, it does say water buying there. So this is why it didn't work. This place has got like a pump, or at least it's got a fitting for us to pump from, whereas the other place didn't. It was just for wildlife and decoration. So this should work. Yep, you can see it says refill water trailer. Let's begin pumping. It's filling up nicely. This is clearly natural. Let's hope we don't suck up any fish or other wildlife. You'd hope there's going to be a filter on it. But there we go. We have got a full tank. So back to the cows and back to the pigs. Let's give them some water. And, oh, I should probably say, most importantly, back to the sheep. Because we've got more of them than anything. We actually now have 166 sheep. That is the most I've ever had on any Let's Play. With the exception of the multiplayer series, I think we've probably had in the region of 800 before. So before we do all of this, I'm just going to go and get the New Holland tractor. We're going to get it going on a worker. It may well fail just like the other one did. It is due to the shape of the field. It's a very, it's a bit of a, if you look at it, field 14. It's got like a chunk taken out of it. Nice diagonal side to it. So it does make it fairly hard for the worker to understand. So what I'm going to do is just park here, we'll get out, and we'll run up to the New Holland tractor, and we'll just take it over there, get it going, set it to barley, and hope for the best. That field there is ready to harvest. That is going to be our source of straw. Anyway, this tractor here is brilliant. It's still 71% full, and it's done an entire field, so we definitely do not have to refill it at any time in the near future. So there is a fairly large piece here which the other worker did miss completely. I don't know how they achieved it, but they did. Thankfully, it's the same width as this seeder, so this is going to be a very fast bit to do. I have set it to barley. Yes, that would be embarrassing if I suddenly put a strip of grass in. It would be hilarious all the same. But anyway, you can see there's some bits of maize left. Again, the harvester was on a worker. I don't have an obsession with blaming workers, it's true. The worker was doing the job, it missed it. I don't know why, it just did. The Massey Ferguson crawler, though, is still going over there. Doing a very good job with cultivating. So we're going to take a bit off over here. We're going to do the headland first. At least it gives it a bit of space to turn around. If there's one thing more than anything which throws a worker, it's turning space. So there we go. It's got a bit of turning space over there. We can now do the straights, and I think we're going to have to do the same thing at the top. Just do a bit of seeding up there first of all. Let me just check up on the Massey Ferguson. We can see it, it's just, yeah, there you go. Doing a very good job. Very thorough. It's done 1.7 hours. And all of that has been spent in this field. So yeah, this field has taken, so far, 1.7 hours just to cultivate. Oh yeah, it's definitely going to have to be done. I'll just go down there and back again. That should give it a good helping hand. So it is currently set to a worker. I'll just turn it off. The thing I'm being very careful about is not going into the path of the other Massey Ferguson, because if you do, it will probably think the area which has been planted is an area which needs to be cultivated, which means it will then start to come back this way again, which would just be awful. So yes, we can't get too close. There we go. Back onto a worker. They should do a decent job. So, oh, worker E has just finished their job. That must be the cultivator. It has. Well, in that case, we'll take it back. I can see it hasn't actually finished, but the direct drill doesn't even require it to be done. We are cutting corners a bit, but really, that drill does cultivate, so it doesn't really matter. Let's drive this thing back to the yard. I'm surprised you can do 26 kilometers per hour. Miles per hour. Yeah, that is fast. Must be a bit of a bone shaker when you're driving it, because aren't these metal tracks? I think they are. Must do your backbone in. Feels really smooth though in Farming Simulator. Whoa. And it also feels bumps very well. Now where to put this thing? I haven't a clue. I suppose we could just put it in the undercover garage, which would make sense, as there are 3 bays totally unoccupied. So, whoa, yep, the brakes are not the best, which is expected with a machine like this. I should think that's true to life. We'll put it in here. Now, can you lower this thing without it unfolding? You can. That's useful. Worker I has completed their task. That can't be the seeder, can it? Oh, if it is, it's already done. Now, why would you stop there? Go, go. What am I paying you for? So finally, we are back with the Massey Ferguson with the water tanker. So we can give... Well, the sheep actually aren't here. The sheep are over at the top of the map, as you can see. It says sheeps. So we're going to have to go up there in a minute or two. We're going past the water fill point again. But the cows and the pigs which are around here, we can do now. Once I find where you have to put the water. Feeding water. Feeding. Must be in here. Or in there. Right, let's just go and do it then. I'm sure the trigger icon will appear to allow us to unload. It's showing it there. It just doesn't feel right. I think actually there must be a water trough inside somewhere. So if we just reverse in, looks a bit more realistic. How much are you going to take? Let's see how much to take. 30%, 40%, 44%. Seems good enough. And now there should be plenty left for the pigs. We've got even less pigs than we do. Actually, no, we do. We do have more pigs. Ignore me. I am talking rubbish as usual. Yes, we have the least cows. We have then pigs and then the most sheep. And the pig farm is just up here. We still have our slurry container there. And their water trough I'm still going to have to discover, but I would guess it's in a very similar place. So that is the feeding shed. Is this the water shed? It is. So if we open up the doors, we unveil a mess. With some pigs in here. Always keep an eye on your pigs, because they'll cause havoc quite clearly. We're going to have to tidy that up. I believe I actually have table manners installed, so we don't have to do it again. I don't think, but we do the first time. Unless they do still make a mess, it just doesn't register as a mess, I'm not too sure. If that is the case, it's not really worth doing. But there you go, pigs. Take your water. How much are you going to leave us with? A little bit. Thank you. Very generous of you. So let's go and refill. We'll take the rest up to the sheep. The sheep I am expecting to take an entire tanker load. It would make sense. We have so many sheep. Goodbye, pigs. You have been very good to us. You left us with 176 litres. So, or maybe I was supposed to go left there. Yes, that would have been better. I have just gone the long way round. Getting a lot of suggestions also to get Brian 074's high-spec tanker. So I will be getting that. I think that is another good idea. I'll try and download all of these mods for the next episode, and then we can put them into use. And the high-spec tanker is actually, it's not an old mod, it's just it has been out for I think it's been a few months. I'm not too sure because it doesn't say the release date, but it is quite a long way down the mod list, so I'm assuming it's one of Brian 074's earlier mods. To be honest, I haven't really paid much attention to it in the past. I really should have done, as it seems to be so popular. So things are going to change. We're going to get it into the game. Right, fill it up fully, and yeah, it's not too far to the sheep farm. The thing which I absolutely love about this map is the road network. It's laid out in such a way that no field is too far away. They're all fairly easy to get to. Right, off we go. Few people have said, do you have many roundabouts where you are? And the answer is yes, loads of roundabouts. I think it must be the American audience as far as I can gather, because as far as I'm aware, you don't have roundabouts in America, if I'm correct. Am I correct? I'm not sure. I've never been, but that's what I can gather from that comment. Yes, they're very common in the UK. Very common. You can also get mini roundabouts, which most people just drive over the centre of. Hello! Boring man. So many fields, if only we could afford them. I am determined at some point just to, on another map in the future, just to buy all the fields first of all. I mean, it's dead easy to do. There is a console command for it. You can just select buy all fields and you have them all. It would lose the sense of accomplishment or achievement, but at least then we could farm the entire map freely. Now where do they want to have their water? That is a severe mess. That is their feeding area. Wow. Where is their water area? Right in front of me. Here you go, sheep. Surprise me. Don't take the entire load. If they don't, I will actually be very surprised. I'm sure they'll require at least one tank and maybe even two. Looking promising. Yep, there we go. It's taken the entire lot. And it has filled it. I wouldn't even say it was 50%. I think that must be about 45% by the look of it. So they're going to need a lot. Grass and hay, again, things we're going to have to work on in the future. The straw, that's going to be coming very soon. Corn, wheat, canola, and all the similar things. That should be fairly easy. We should already have it in storage. Again, straw, fine. Grass we're going to be doing soon. Silage we've got in the process of making. That's in the process of fermenting. And power food, again, we need to get the straw, the hay, and the silage. So it is something we're going to have to work on, but it shouldn't be too hard. Again, with the pigs, this should be pretty easy because we're going to actually make pig food, and that should suffice every single column here, every single box. Let's head back. We'll see how our seed drill is getting on. It should be doing pretty well, and there may be a different way for us to go. Yes, we can actually go up northwest from the roundabout, and we can get to field 14 that way. It is going to be a tight turning. We're going back on ourselves pretty much, but it's possible. Definitely possible. What's he seen? Ow! That'll teach me. He honestly looked like he had seen a ghost. I don't know what he was looking at. Maybe it was this fantastic tractor. He's never seen such quality in his life. Anyway, here we are. This, I think, is the turning to our field. Although there is a gate on there. Who put the gate there? That is the turning to our field. Thank you for leaving me some space, because I have gone wrong. We need to turn into here. What a load of chaos. Here we are. It looks to be very close to the end. It hasn't finished just yet. But as you can see, this field has been transformed from a maize field to what is going to be a barley field in not that much time really. It's taken longer to harvest it than it has to sow it. So I think that's actually everything for today. What we're going to have to do in the next episode or two is to get this field fertilised. Otherwise we're going to be losing quite a bit of money. So that is it for today. Thank you for watching. As you can see, the seeder is on, I think it's probably got 1 or 2 more passes to do. Doing a brilliant job. There could be a bit more to do on the other side as well. I'm a bit too zoomed in here. There we go. That's better. We can see stuff again. Yeah, there is a bit more over here to do, I think. It's not a great deal. Just a tiny bit, which we couldn't do to begin with. So I'll make sure that is done. And yeah, it's going to be fertilised very soon. So until next time, thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. And I'll see you again very soon. Bye for now.